In 1966 in the UK, it was illegal to be a gay man. The Wolfenden Report was reaching its 10th birthday with no action taken, and it was a very brave and possibly foolhardy man that allowed others to know their sexual orientation. Partial decriminalisation of homosexuality was a year away, and the whole sordid business was frowned upon at every level in society. So when playwright Charles Dyer wrote a story of two gay men in a loving relationship, and Peter Hall planned to put it on, it's no wonder the Lord Chancellor's office got involved. After some discussion and changes to the script, the play went ahead, but it has rarely been seen since then. However, Staircase, for that is the play, has been revived in 2021 at the Southwark Playhouse, and I went along to check it out. Charles Dyer, played by John Sackville, and Harry Leeds, played by Paul Ryder, are barbers. They have a small shop, called Chez Harry, in the basement of a house. There are other people in the house, including Charles's elderly mother, residing in the attic. Charles and Harry also live in the house. In fact, they sleep in the same room and have done so for the last 20 years. The two are partners in every sense of the word, but, of course, nobody is allowed to know that. Harry is short, quiet, and pretty unassuming. Charles, or Charlie as he prefers, is tall, looks young for his age, and loud. He used to be an actor, and every moment of his life is some sort of performance. On this Sunday in October 1965, both men have a major problem in their life to deal with. Harry is losing his hair. Now, this may not sound like much, but when you are a barber with hair restorer products to sell, going bald is not an option. Charlie's problem is more worrying. He was recently arrested in a pub while sitting on a man's knee, and is anxiously waiting to find out if he's going to be prosecuted. The signs do not look good as, in addition to the knee sitting, Charlie may have tried to proposition a young police officer. With a relationship built on sparring and banter, the two men resort to having a pop at each other in order to cope with their problems, and as their verbal assaults escalate, they both reveal the type of truths that are often better left unsaid. Now, in 1966, when Staircase was put on, I was only 3 years old, so wouldn't have known just what sort of reaction this play of two gay men in a committed relationship had on its audience. It must have been pretty good, as in 1969, it was adapted by the playwright into a movie with Rex Harrison and Richard Burton in the lead roles. Unfortunately, 54 years later, I don't think the story has aged well. Within a few minutes, my main concern was, why were these two men together at all? Two-handers work well when there is something that links the main characters. Think about Steptoe and Son. Despite their absolute hatred of each other, they stay together because they ultimately need each other. I just didn't get that feeling with Charlie and Harry, and their relationship seemed very toxic. In fact, if I'm honest, I think Charlie being locked up for a few weeks would actually have been good for both of them. The writing felt out of kilter at times. For instance, there was someone living in the house who had a lady friend round, then saw them out of the door, but unless I missed it, I couldn't work out why they were there. Were they another member of Harry's family? After all, this was, as he reminded us, his house. Was it a lodger paying for a room? I've no idea. Similarly, the subplot of Charlie's previous relationship was not really explored, and to me felt like a plot device used to hang more of Harry's resentment on. Now, John Sackville and Paul Ryder, as Charlie and Harry respectively, played their parts well. They put every effort into bringing the two barbers together and managed to extract every laugh and chuckle out of what was, in my mind, a pretty flat script. The tragedy of the couple came across nicely, and their moments of anger at each other were well timed and believable. Trisha Thorne's direction is well done, but the restrictions we're currently living under mean there could be no touching or embracing, which is a shame, because even something as simple as a supportive hand on the shoulder could have softened the characters and given more of an insight into their relationship. Full credit to set designers Alec Marker, costume designer Emily Stewart, and sound designers Dominic Bilkley and Sarah Weltman for their work in creating a perfect 1960s barbershop, two well-dressed barbers, and sound that was not only appropriate, but came from the correct parts of the stage. Overall, I'm afraid I didn't enjoy Staircase that much. It was obvious everyone involved had worked really hard to bring the show to a modern audience, but for me it felt very dated, and neither the story nor the script were strong enough to engage my interest and get me to caring about Harry and Charles and their provide. I gave the show 3 stars out of 5 on London Theatre 1. Thank you.